My thoughts on this article by Candace, I think that it's wonderful. I think that it's necessary. It's timely. It's so informative because often people feel like things like this are out of their reach to access and understand. And the way that this article is broke down, uh, plainly as to how it impacts, like, just direct, we aren't chasing, it's not heady, it's not above anybody to understand. And a lot of times there's a deep intimidation, sometimes in our own community when it comes to politics, when it comes to understanding policy. And we're the first, while there's, it feels like it can put us in over our heads because we're already so deeply impacted by it. So I'm really grateful for this article because it lays it out and makes it very plain about what we're facing and what could be and what action steps need to take place to get what we need done with the For the People Act. I think that the For the People Act will affect Black New Mexicans in a way that it would impact us anywhere across the nation. Again, this is a fight that we see all too often, continually being displaced, disenfranchised, left out, or not considered. So this is where we kind of need to take stock of what's happening in our nation and in our neighborhood, because the elections, no matter where they are, how they take place, they're going to impact all of us. We watched what Georgia went through, and it's mentioned in the article. We are galvanized, we are ready to do the work. But here in New Mexico, we actually have some really great resources. Like, New Mexico was the first in the country to put up early voting in the way that we did. And New Mexico is truly rural. We truly only have a handful of, air quotes, major cities. And so to know that early voting can take place, like, we kind of have a different opportunity, a different playing field, but we have access to early voting in a really beautiful way. And we have access to several amazing Black groups and spaces that are pressing forward this education. And we are galvanized, we are ready, and whoever wants to join absolutely can. But we have to make, unfortunately, our lives are very politicized. And so it's going to impact Black folks everywhere. But here in New Mexico, there are just a few things that we've been able to circumvent with early voting and making it to where we can vote anywhere. That's one of the main ways that people, that's one of the main ways that people don't have access. It's like, oh, well, this isn't your district, so you can't vote at this precinct. And with early voting, and I know I keep harping on that, we have redistricting coming up too, which is about representation and an actual map. And New Mexico is also kind of trying to be ahead of the game with ensuring that this is a transparent process, and redistricting is going to affect us for the next decade. So just to see that we are working to be community centered, and there are several Black organizing groups at the table, I have a lot of hope for Black New Mexicans with this For the People Act, and hoping that it just creates more access for us and for us to have the power that we already hold, and also put in place the representation that we require. What can New Mexicans do to stay informed? I believe we should look into, a lot of these things are public knowledge. Sometimes it can be hard to find, but honestly, a Google search can lead you right to where you need to go. I really would start, again, sometimes these things feel like it's not speaking the same language as we do. And I get that, and you're gonna see a lot of acronyms and things like that. I encourage us to research that. What does HR mean? It's House Resolution, SB, Senate Bill, HB, House Bill. Like it's a 101 kind of thing that we need to make time for, but it's accessible. And then Congress.gov has everything we need on this issue that's really forward facing about points and impact and who supports it in Congress, which is really important. You need to see who the champions are. But here in New Mexico, I just think finding groups to be a part of, we're out here, be it from the New Mexico Black Central Organizing Committee, OAAA, like right now, we're doing this article reading right now. So I just want to say thanks and hold space for the fact that OAAA is taking this moment to ensure that we're informed, our community is informed. You have the New Mexico Black Voters Collab, you have Black Leadership Council, you have NAACP. We're out here and we are really working to stay present in community and present in spaces that they say we aren't, as a community and as a whole. So I would just say that do a quick Google search, and find out where you can get involved in the communities here, because we are here ready and waiting to continue to move our communities forward. New Mexicans can get involved with the For the People Act of 2021 by, again, finding groups, checking out on nmlegis.gov who's supporting it here. Are our Congress people, that we have sent to the Hill, to DC, are they one of the 222 supporters of this For the People Act? Again, I really advocate for research and doing your own Googles and also finding spaces that you can be a part of. Community is really crucial at this time, given everything that we're going through, but there are communities and spaces and orgs that exist for you to sit down and be a part of. Again, City of Albuquerque, the Office of Equity and Inclusion, they have a whole Black representative role there. Again, Office of African American Affairs, the Black Expo that has been done here, New Mexico Black Central Organizing Committee, New Mexico Black Voters Collaborative, the Chisholm Table, which is also a part of that, and the Black Leadership Council and NAACP statewide and for your city. These spaces exist and we are talking about them, talking about the impacts and implications that we've seen. Because again, just talking about the wonder that is Georgia, the way that, and also talking about the way that recounts have happened in the face of a very valid electoral space, there's work to do to make sure that our rights are being protected, to make sure that people know that we're engaged and that we're not sleeping, that we are being, not only are we in it and being impacted by it, like this intersectionality, that Black folks, we exist in this really deep intersectionality with political issues and our everyday lives. So just finding communities where you can be held in that and also work towards solutions, I think are ways that we can really take on this For the People Act and take it to the next level to make sure that it's actualized in our time.